في محاضرة الوداع. هتوحشوني والله العظيم. وثانك يو فيري ماتش فور بينج وذ مي. بجد مقدركم وازاي بحبكم، ودايما بتبعثوا عليا السعادة دايما. ربنا يحفظكم. النهارده بطلب من الدكتورة فاطمة هشام تفتح كمان المايك والكاميرا. Hello يا فاطمة. How are you doing, Dr. Poison? How are you? How's life? Are you with me? Are you ready?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay.
Inshallah.
Okay, please, if you want to open the camera. Okay, thank you very much indeed. Okay, Dr. Fatma, are you ready? So, yes, 3, 2, 1. This is a speaking exam. Dr. Poison, ready? دكتور بويزن يا جماعه او دكتور فاطمه موجوده معانا النهارده، وهي من الناس اللي ما شاء الله مستواها كويس جدا جدا. دكتور فاطمه, are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you, doctor.
Okay, would you like to open the camera ولا مش عايزه؟
Okay, ماشي.
Okay, if you want that. لو مش عايزه خلاص يا فندم. It's your decision. It's your decision.
Okay. Can we skip the camera?
Okay,
please?
okay, no problem. So once again, guys, I want to ask you something very important, that when you prepare yourself for the speaking exam, هل انتوا كلكم جالكم الستادي بلان الاخير ولا لا؟ Did you receive the last study plan or the comprehensive essay or comprehensive or not? Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, if you haven't, لو انت ما جالكش، اوكي، لو انت ما جالكش الستادي بلان الاخيره اللي لما كل حاجه ابعت لي دلوقتي على الواتساب وانا هبعتها لك. اوكي, I'll send it to you right away. ما تنسوش يا جماعه if you want to go for the speaking exam, اول نصيحه واخر نصيحه and the most important piece of advice is that هل انتوا you still keep in touch with your speaking partner or not? Do you still keep in touch with speaking partner? ايه رايكم لو فضلتوا اصحاب وفضلتوا مع السبيكينج بارتنر وبيتكلموا بعض؟ عايز اقول لكم يا جماعه ان انا والله العظيم حاجه عبقريه، ناس كتيره جدا بدات تتكلم مع بعض كل يوم، سبحان الله. Next point, and which is very important, كم واحد منكم زي مستر سعيد السمان واسماء حسين كل يوم بيسمعوا الاوديوز؟ How many of you listen to the audios every day? How many of you guys listen to the audios every day, every day, every day? Excellent. Thank you so much. وعشان كده النهارده انا اخترت الدكتوره فاطمه هشام بوجودها من احسن الناس اللي انا اتشرفت معرفتهم. It's such an honor ان انا اتعرفت على حضرتك وعلى زوج حضرتك يا دكتوره فاطمه، وربنا يبارك فيكي. اوكي ما بتردش، واضح ان هي اتصدمت فيا. Anyway, so ما فيش مشاكل. ممكن بعد كده لو انت حضرتك معايا ولا انت متضايقه مني؟
هو الصوت كان قاطع فحضرتك.
Okay, are you with me? Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Can you please tell me, can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Fatima Al-Zahra Hisham, and you can call me Fatima. I'm a dentist.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Who do you live with?
Sorry?
Who do you live with?
I didn't catch that.
Who do you live with?
Okay. Currently, we've been married since 2019, and we're currently based in 6 October City. It's in the Giza city, one of the Giza governorates.
Thank you very much. Okay, do you like fast food or homemade food, and why?
Well, frankly speaking, yes. Unfortunately, I'm very fond, or I love fast food, to be honest. But actually, this is not a very good thing because it makes me put on a lot of weight.
Thank you very much. So let me ask you about your favorite weather. What is your favorite weather?
Well, okay, if I talk about my favorite weather, that would be definitely summer, because most of my friends are free, and we can just hang out and chill out together. Moreover, we can travel on weekends and have a long vacation.
Thank you very much.
Just to chill out.
What were your favorite snacks as a child? When you were a child, what were your favorite snacks?
Okay, that's a good question. Let me think about that. My favorite snacks, as far as I recall, that was Cheetos, if I can remember. I used to eat loads of it when I was a child. Although my parents used to prevent me from eating it because it was not that healthy. But still, I'm very fond of it. It's my
Thank you.
to be honest.
Thank you very much. Okay, if you have a child, would you recommend the same snack to him or her?
No, definitely not. I would recommend him healthier types of snacks.
Okay, thank you very much.
Like
And can you please tell me more about your voice? Do you sound like any of your parents?
Yes, yes, indeed. My voice is very much like my father. That's what everyone tells me. So
Okay, thank you. Can you please tell me who is your role model? Role model.
My role model. Okay, I have to think about that because I have many role models. But if I have to choose one, I would definitely say my father, my late father, was definitely my role model. He
And
was
why?
so down to earth, and he was a very wise man who taught me.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. Nice. So now let me ask you more about technology and computers. Which do you prefer, a tablet, a computer, or a mobile phone, and why?
Of course, mobile phones, because they are much more practical and they are handy, and I tend to use them for almost on almost daily basis to communicate with my friends, my colleagues, and surf the internet and keep up with my works.
Thank you. Do you think spending a lot of time on computers and tablets is useful?
Well, to be honest, it's like a double-edged weapon. On one hand, it can be very useful for your work and your studies. And if for me, for example, I use it a lot for my IELTS study. On the other hand,
thank you. Now, I'd like to move on to part 2. In part 2, I will give you a topic, and you have 1 minute to prepare yourself. And here is the topic. Talk about a person. Talk about a person that you know from another culture, a friend, a teacher, who the person is, how you met him, where you met him, explain what you learned from him. So once again, you have got 1 minute only to prepare yourself. You have 1 minute only to prepare yourself. Talk about a person you know from another culture. You can start now preparing yourself.
Okay.
Thank you. You can start now. I want you please to talk about a person from another culture that you once met. You can start now. You can speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Don't worry if I stop you. Thank you.
Start. Okay. Well, quite recently, I met a very interesting person from the Arab Emirates when I was going on holiday to Dubai. Well, I was on a plane and there was a young man sitting next to me. At first, I was busy using my laptop and didn't even look at him. And 2 or 3 hours later, when the battery went flat, I started looking at him secretly as I didn't want to seem impolite. Actually, I was really bored and I had absolutely nothing to do. But I was afraid to start a conversation. You know, he was a person from a different culture. and I didn't know if it was acceptable for him to talk to a stranger. And he literally read my thoughts, surprisingly, and initiated a conversation. And the good thing that time flew by unnoticed, and he managed to keep a conversation going no matter what I asked about. But unfortunately, no sooner had we started discussing really interesting life issues than the plane landed, and we had to say goodbye to each other.
Thank you. Now let me give you some follow-up questions. Did you try to talk to this guy?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Okay. Did you try to talk to that foreigner or stranger?
Well, I was intending to start a conversation with him, but being quite introvert, I was quite a bit shy to initiate a conversation with the guy. But luckily, he just read my mind.
Thank you.
And we started this.
Okay, that's good. Now I'd like to move on to part 3 and discuss more about what you said in part 2. Is it easy to communicate with people from another culture?
Okay.
Is it easy to communicate with people from another culture?
Well, yes, I think it's considered quite easy, but if we talk about, we can say the language barrier could be a problem. So for me, if I can master or be bilingual or master more than one language, I think it would be easier to communicate with other people from different cultures.
Do you think if there was only one language in the world, communication would be better?
No, no, definitely not. Because in my opinion, that would definitely diminish or like delete our culture diversity and our culture identity. So I don't think that would be a beneficial thing or a good thing to have in our world. Like
one
the
last
world
question.
Would be like an offline.
That's enough, Fatma. Thank you. Now, one more question. Do you think globalization has a positive or a negative impact on domestic cultures?
Okay, that's a tough one. I have to think about that. Well, I think it has both pros and cons on our culture. For example, since due to the cutting edge technology, you are very much open to the world or to the foreign countries. So you can have this cultural diversity or knowledge about other cultures. On the other hand, it can be detrimental or it can have a bad impact especially on our teenagers and our upcoming generations, because unfortunately the social media is being used or being abused by negatively by many of our teenagers. So that's what I think. And moreover, one last thing.
Do you think that social media have brought people together?
Yes, of course. To some extent, yes. Now you have all the social media platforms like Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram. You can chit chat with people from other cultures and other countries.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And this is the end of the exam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. خلصنا. شكرا يا دكتور على المسرح. شكرا.
Okay, guys, I want to tell you something really interesting. Fatma, هل انا قلت لك ان في امتحان ليك النهارده؟
لا خالص، انا اتصعبت.
طيب بصوا يا جماعه، قبل اي حاجه بس عايز اقول لكم شويه تعليقات. هل السرعه بتاعت فاطمه بالنسبه لكم كانت slow؟ Do you think her voice was slow؟ لا بس عشان انا بس عايز اتكلم كده. Do you think؟ لا ما كانتش slow. اول حاجه هي دي السرعه الطبيعيه. I want to tell you that دي السرعه الطبيعيه بتاعت اي طالب متمكن بالانجلش، اوكي؟ سو ما حدش يقول لي ان هي كانت محتاجه تسرع عن كده، نو. هي ممكن تتكلم بهدوء ودي طبيعه هاديه، اوكي؟ ولكن هو انتم متوقعين الناس كلها لازم تتكلم بسرعه؟ يا جماعه مره ثانيه، احنا بنبص على 4 حاجات في السبيكنج. نمبر 1 fluency. fluency طلاقه. الطلاقه معناها افكارك مش سرعه كلام. 2 connectors الروابط. grammar مفيش grammatical mistakes. complex عملت complex و compound و simple وكل حاجه. 3 what else vocabulary ما عملتش idioms كتيره but it's still good vocabulary. 4 pronunciation هل النطق بتاعها American ولا British؟ الكلام ده للناس الشاطره، الكلام ده لاولادي واصدقائي رسلان وشيماء Do you think her accent لا British ولا American؟ يعني أنا I want to tell you إن her accent بنسميه international accent. الانترناشونال accent معناها إيه؟ It is acceptable as long as يعني إيه يا فاطمة؟ طالما as long as النطق واضح no problem at all. أوكي. تعالوا نقول تاني كده مع بعض، أوكي؟ تعالوا مع بعض كده نعمل تاني جدول جميل جدا جدا لنفسي. أعمل جدول لنفسي كده. I tell you إحنا عندنا 4 parameters. يعني إيه 4 parameters؟ 4 معايير. أوكي؟ fluency, grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. pronunciation مش pronunciation. pronunciation. لو أنا عندي 4 معايير، أوكي؟ What do you think, guys? Number 1. Okay, number 1 I want to tell you من ناحية الفلوينسي. هل هي كان عندها pauses؟ البوزز اللي عندكم عشان انتوا بتتكلموا بسرعه. هو ليه انت عندك pauses؟ البوزز عندك بسبب التوتر. البوزز عندك عشان حضرتك ما بتسمعش اوديوز كتيره. البوزز عندك عشان مش بتحاول تسجل صوتك. اي حد عنده بوزز ما يدخلش الامتحان، ينسى. ينسى. اوكي؟ You have pauses، انسى. اوكي، امال اعمل ايه؟ حلول تاني. ريكورد لازم تتعب. لازم تتعب، لازم تسجل صوتك، ريكورد يور فويس والكلام ده كله. سؤالي لحضراتكم، الفلوينسي معناها ايدياز. بصوا يا جماعه كده تعريف الفلوينسي يعني ايه؟ حد عنده ايدياز باستخدام كونكتورز من غير بوزز. بس غير هل كان عندها بوزز؟ ما كانش عندها بوزز. هي بتتكلم بنفس هادي، ولما بتعمل بوزز بتعمل ازاي؟ طبعا انا مش عايز اقول لكم ان الدكتوره فاطمه ربنا يحفظها ويبارك فيها هي وجوزها ناس بيذاكروا، يعني اعتقد ما شاء الله عليها انسانه مجتهده بتذاكر وبتسمع الكلام، مش بس بتذاكر، دي بتسمع الكلام. دكتوره فاطمه اول الكورس كانت كام؟ دكتوره فاطمه كانت اول الكورس بند 6. 6 اهي كاتبه اهي في الشات. النهارده بدون تجهيز وتحت ضغط عصبي جايبه 7.5. اوكي؟ اللهم بارك. جرامر نو جرامر ميستيكس، عملت خطأ واحد جرامر ده هيخليها تجيب 7.5. فوكابلري مفيش ايديومز كتير 7. فلوينسي عبقريه 8. برونسيشن واضحه جدا. صوتها ممل، انا اسف، صوتها هادي ومونوتونس وملوش لازمه. اي مين يا نهار ابيض، اي مين يعني صوتك نبره واحده شويه، انت ممكن تكوني 7. بالشكل دوت انت لو حسبته 3 7 و8 خدوا بالكم، يعني غير كده ما شاء الله الله اكبر، ما شاء الله اكبر، نطق واضح مفيش اخطاء جرامر، هتجيب بالظبط كده هو 8 3 7 يعني على طول تجيب كام؟ 8 3 7 يعني كام؟ يعني 7.25. يحصل حاجه اسمها راوند اب، بتترفع لفوق الدرجه بتاعتها وتبقى 7.5. لو انا كررت الكلمه اكتر من مره اجيب كام؟ 7 عادي. اوكي، سؤالي بس لحضراتكم، هو 7 سبيكنج دي حاجه عبقريه في عالم الايلتس؟ لا، الطبيعي بصوا يا جماعه، يعني ايه 7 سبيكنج؟ اضمن لي حاجتين: نو بوزز، نو جرامر ميستيكس. بص ما تعمليش بوزز ولا اخطاء جرامر، واديني كومبليت سنتنس. بس اديني الثلاثه دول تجيب 7 بس. طب ولو في اخطاء جرامر واحده او اثنين مفيش مشاكل، تجيب 7. 7 ده بعتبره جمهور الشعب، ده الشعب كله ممكن يجيب 7. however 7.5 لا، الجرامر بيقل اكتر، اخطاء. طبعا بند 8 ده معناها انسان ممثل شاطر and he is a natural speaker. طب ما بين فاطمه وبند 8A more idioms less stress. بس كل التحيه بجد، a big thank you، a big تهدي الاسترس. a big thank you goes to دكتورة فاطمة. thank you thank you thank you thank you thank you thank you very much, appreciate that. Once again guys,
thank you so much, doctor. Thank you so much for all your efforts.
شكرا
Thank you
يا
so much.
فندم.